entered the game as the number 9 hitter. I was just trying to keep the line moving on. It's like I wasn't going to strike out. I was going to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah.
So I just hoped that I could see enough pitches where he'd hang something. And we had a scouting report, what he did in the 3-2 count. I got to the 3-2 count. He threw me a hanging slider, a backdoor slider. And it went out, and I just remember seeing all the taillights in right field. All the people that were leaving the game were listening on the radio.
They thought it was over.
Yeah, and when the ball went up in the air, everybody hit their brake lights like, just like you're stopping in the parking lot. You aren't going to make your way in there. But, they listened to the reaction. But, I hit that, and it ended that game. It was game 1 of the World Series. But my teammates took it home from there.
Absolutely.
And that was really cool.
Just talking to you about it, it's funny because, like most people in America, I love baseball. I love football. I was fortunate that you came from my alma mater, Michigan State University, and I played the same position that you played in football, not nearly as well. You were a rock star, All-American. I was a blocking dummy. But
reality, I was a nobody when I went to Michigan State. I was one of the last guys offered a scholarship because many others declined. And when they released the list of 20-some incoming freshmen, I was the last guy, and it said Kirk Gibson. And I remember Curtis Griffin was All-State. He was from Brother Rice. Parade All-American, Eugene Birdie, St. Louis, Illinois.
Yep.
Parade All-American, All-State. They were all world. And then
what was Eddie Smith, your quarterback?
Eddie Smith, he was...
Where did he come from?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
But these guys, you look at it, and these are who you're going to go compete against. These are the guys you're going to go push and make better, and while you're making yourself better. And I knew that when I showed up the first day, I'd be in the best condition. I was going to win every race we ran. And I figured I'd make it to scout team because you're a freshman. You play against the number 1D. And I had a plan for that too. So when we ran the first day, we were running called power. There's power runs where there's 4 groups, 1 group in each corner of the end zones, and 2 groups would run, and the other 2 would do calisthenics, push-ups, leg lifts, whatever. So it'd be 2 groups, then 2 groups,
right?
And we had to run 8 of them the first day, and I kind of jumped out there, and Charlie Baggett was our quarterback. He said, "Hey, Rook, you want to slow down? We got to do 8 of these." I said, "No problem." Well, 2 days later, he told me to stop because I was showing him up. and they tried to set up a blockade, and I just busted through it and said, "Bye."
Jimmy, would you characterize yourself as competitive?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and
play
then
ping pong with this guy, I got to tell you.
Well, so we settled that. I told him, "I'm going to be your starting flanker against Ohio State." Then when we got the scout team, they had a guy named Tommy Graves. He was a badass.
Yep.
And I had to crack back on him. He didn't know I was coming. Nobody messed with Graves. Little did I know. And I smashed him, and it was kind of quiet. And then I went back to run the next play, and they held up the same play. And I peeked out of the corner of my eyes, and Graves was looking at me going, "Bring it," which I did, and he brought it too, and he smashed me.